McMahon is looking for faster games, 2 hours ideally. Players won't be allowed to have political stances on the field. Players also with criminal backgrounds won't be allowed to play. And his quote was, "You want someone who does not have criminality associated whatsoever with them. Even if you have a DUI, you will not play in the XFL. Also, they will only have 40-man rosters." So, from the outside looking in, T.O., you seem to have an opinion already. What you think about the XFL?
I think they have 2 years to get it right. I think just like you alluded to, I mean, they had a short run in 2001. It was just that, short. So again, like I said, with some of the rules, I mean, you talk about freedom of expression. I think that's a hot topic, right now. So again, and you talk about the criminal records, that eliminates a lot of people.
A lot.
So it's going to be an all-white league, pretty much. So I don't know how that's going to play out. But like I said, he has 2 years to get it right. And I think if he brings on some experienced people with some NFL experience, I think it should be okay. But I think the first thing is creating a quality game that people want to watch.
Yeah. Is there an additional hunger for football? Like, are we just having too much football at this point? Is it right to have another league? No? Yes?
I'm not even watching the real league at this point. I would have said that if he wasn't here.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, they have the AFL now, the flag football league that they're trying to introduce as well. So, I mean, obviously they're going to be players really trying to play their love, have their love of football continue, and then you're going to have guys that are on the outside trying to get on NFL teams, really kind of auditioning. So you'll have, I mean, up in like for the next couple of years, they have some.
There's going to be a lot of interest, but I mean, no criminal record. I mean, Jesus Christ, that's harsh.
I mean, yeah,
that is harsh. I mean, a DUI, that's harsh. I mean, you're just going to have kickers and quarterbacks.
Right, exactly.
Before I get to Adam, another very interesting thing about this league, Vince McMahon put in $100 million, and he's going to be the sole owner of every single team. We have a commissioner now that's not an owner of any team, and he's getting really nothing right. What do you think about that, Cap?
I mean, listen, it was a spectacular failure the first time around. What Vince is talking about, with the tweaks, it was though. I mean, it really was.
Yeah,
All the pomp and circumstance of what they wanted to be, and like the explosion for the first couple of weeks, like there was a lot of, buzz around it, and then just kind of fizzled out completely. So some of the tweaks that Vince is talking about seem cool. Like he wants to bring in big hits and big plays to the game that's kind of been weeded out of the NFL. But like, how problematic is that going to be with all we know about CTE going forward? Like, are people going to really want to watch train wrecks on a daily basis again? Like, the appetite for football has decreased. Ratings are down across the board. So you introduce another league, like how are people going to be flooded to go to that league unless you have Touchdown Jesus, a.k.a. Tim Tebow, manning one of the teams?
What you thinking about you?
I mean, the political part, I mean, that's what's going on now has nothing to do with 2 years from now.
Yeah, but isn't stuff going to get worse in 2 years, though?
Huh?
Won't stuff get worse in 2 years?
What happened? No, nothing gets worse in 2 years. Nobody's going to be protesting in 2 years. Hopefully it's nipped in the bud by this summer. I'm pretty sure the NFL is not going to let people kneel next season. So whatever happens is going to happen in this summer. So to have this as a gimmick of your league, just come on.
Yeah, but as a former player, like, coming from a league that is now inhibiting, some of the guys well, I shouldn't say that, but the NFL allowed more touchdown celebrations. But guys, the XFL was supposed to be this extra fun league, and now Vince is going to limit guys' ability to, be, self-aggrandizing and celebrate and do kind of, self things like that. Like, that wouldn't play that well with a lot of players, I would imagine.
Well, you mentioned it with the ratings being down in the National Football League, so obviously, I think they were smart to try to bring back the touchdown celebration to allow guys, somewhat of freedom of expression to try to bring some traction back. So again, with the XFL, I don't know what they're going to do to really, I guess, better the game in terms of bringing more eyeballs, to that sports.
I mean, it's one thing if they make this league in the spring, summertime, kind of what they did the first time around to completely differentiate itself in the NFL, because like it'll get completely lost if it's played in the fall. No way in hell.
Yeah, I mean, the only way I think the only way to make this really attractive, I mean, you're going to probably have to have other guys from other sports play this sport.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Like, just say AI comes in play, you know what I mean? Or Gilbert comes in play. I mean, not that you would, but I'm just saying other guys like.
Hey, Iverson was a good high school quarterback.
Yeah, right. Listen, that shit, the shit that be happening in the field look like it hurts.
Well, so, something that just popped up in my mind just now, what if the XFL is not a competitor to the NFL? What if it's a competitor to the NCAA, right? So what if players that get kicked off teams that want to make a quick dollar and don't want to go the collegiate route, just go to the XFL?
But what are they getting kicked off for? Because if they're criminals, Vince ain't gonna take
Very
them.
true.
Very
true.
It's just hard when you put so many. It's like a church league. You have so much rules where no one can actually
participate.
Yeah, it's like, come on, that's what I'm saying.
How is that? Nobody.
Should be him and his business partners.
The only real question I have for the XFL is: are they going to allow the names on the back of the jerseys like they did the first time around? Are we going to get "He Hate Me Again" and all this other stuff? They have to, right?
I'm sure that's
hey,
yeah.
Negro.
No, do not go that route, please. Do not go that route.
You have Negro on the back.
Yeah, that's why he won't be playing.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why they won't allow you in the league.
But it can be anybody. Anybody can try out.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, technically, you kind of have a background, so.
No. I'm just saying, like, I mean, anybody can
you're
try out for the
excluded.
league.
Yeah, you can't.
I don't know if Vince would allow you in his league.
But that's the thing. They're going to have something to where it's really attractive. Again, like you hear guys like see LeBron. They go, well, how would he fare out in the NFL? Not that he would play, but guys on that level or that caliber that have the size and speed to play another sport, would they be willing to do that? And then, is it really worth it?
Yeah.
Is the money right? Is the money? Yeah, is the money worth it?
See, if you had the itch to play, would you play in XFL? No, you can shut that down pretty quickly. It's like, nah, I'm all right.
Because of age, or just because you're just done with football?
It's just, I think it's a mockery of really kind of what the league, the National Football League, is. And I think you look at what he's done with WWE, that's not even real wrestling. You know what I mean? So again, it's a business for him. And he's giving guys kind of a platform to really expand upon their football careers if need be. But again, like I said, this is a guy with a lot of money and they're experimenting.
Yeah.